Here you will have free English and French videos to increase your skills to talk and to immigrate to Canada.
This is what you are going to have. 1. A grammar rule to know how to say your things. 2. A text to improve your pronunciation. 3. An exercise to consolidate your knowledge. You will learn how to speak English and French. You will learn how to settle in Canada. Subscribe and ring the bell to keep receiving these videos. Do not have concerns anymore. Improve your skills of listening, reading, writing, and speaking to get a higher score on international tests and immigrate to Canada or to any other English or French-speaking country. Pay close attention to this video to find out how. Now, here we go. 1. Grammar rule. Tongue twisters. A tongue twister is a sequence of words that is difficult to pronounce quickly and correctly. Even native English speakers find the tongue twisters on this page difficult to say quickly. Try them yourself. Try to say them as fast as possible, but correctly. A proper copper coffee pot, around the rugged rocks the ragged rascals ran, long-legged ladies last longer, mixed biscuits, a box of biscuits, a box of mixed biscuits and a biscuit mixer. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled pepper. Did Peter Piper pick a peck of pickled pepper? If Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled pepper, where's the peck of pickled pepper Peter Piper picked? Pink lorry, yellow lorry, red leather, yellow leather, red leather, yellow leather. She sells seashells on the seashore. The sixth sheep is sick. Sometimes described as the hardest tongue twister in the English language. Swan swam over the pond. Swim swan swim. Swan swam back again. Well swum swan. 3 gray geese in green fields grazing. We surely shall see the sunshine soon. Now, here is the grammar rule that you can use while you are talking. Remember, you got to have the grammar rules, the pronunciation, and the vocabulary to sustain your conversation. I wish I could say some soft words to you and cool you down, but here is the thing, you have to go deep into your practice to develop your skills. We post here the basics of grammar, pronunciation, and vocabulary. So hit the subscribe button and bell icon in order to receive the other videos and increase your ability to speak. Also, contact us to see how easy and cheap is to enroll in our teaching program, where you can have videos, exercises, and books to support your work and to increase your performance. And share this video with your friends and help them out. 2. Text.
The American Space Agency, NASA, says its Mars Explorer, or rover, has successfully collected its first Martian rock sample. The rover, called Perseverance, used a drill attached to its robotic arm to remove a small circular sample, also called a core, from a larger rock on the surface of Mars. NASA confirmed the successful collection in a statement on Monday. The agency also released pictures of the sample, which it said appears to be about as thick as a writing instrument. After the drilling was completed, Perseverance took additional pictures of the sample as well as the tube it was kept in. The images are useful to scientists back on Earth who study the sample. In the final step, Perseverance moved the tube to a storage area inside the rover and hermetically sealed the container. Hermetic sealing is a process that completely closes off the container so that no air can flow in or out. The Perseverance team shared the news on Twitter. "It's official. I've now captured, sealed, and stored the first core sample ever drilled on another planet in a quest to return samples to Earth." The tweet added that the sample was the first in a one-of-a-kind Martian rock collection. It was the second collection attempt for Perseverance. The first one happened about a month ago. In that try, NASA confirmed that the rover had successfully drilled into another rock at a different site on the Mars surface. But during the collection attempt, images showed that the sample tube was empty. NASA engineers later reported that the rock the rover drilled into must not have been strong enough to produce a core sample. So the drilling operation only produced dust that could not be collected. The latest core sample, and all others collected from now on, will be stored on Mars until they can be picked up during future missions to the Red Planet and brought to Earth. NASA says its Mars sample return mission, to be carried out jointly with the European Space Agency, could have the rock samples back to Earth sometime in the 2030s. NASA science officer Thomas Surbuchen called the successful collection a truly historic moment. The agency's leader, Bill Nelson, also praised the effort and said, "I can't wait to see the incredible discoveries produced by Perseverance and our team." Perseverance landed in February at Jezero Crater, an area scientists believe to be the remains of an ancient river system. The high-tech rover is on a mission to search for signs of ancient microbial life on Mars. Perseverance has been assisted in some efforts by a small experimental helicopter called Ingenuity. The helicopter made history in April by becoming the first aircraft to perform a powered, controlled flight on another planet. So far, Ingenuity has performed above expectations, completing 11 flight tests and helping to identify areas for Perseverance to explore. Ken Farley is a project scientist on the Perseverance team. He said the latest collection effort marks the beginning of many more to come for the rover, which has 43 sample tubes to fill. There is a lot of Jezero Crater left to explore, and we will continue our journey in the months and years ahead, Farley said in a statement. When we get these samples back to Earth, they are going to tell us a great deal about some of the earliest chapters in the evolution of Mars. He added, "I'm Brian Lynn."
Remember to go to the description and check the links for Canadian companies searching for employees outside of Canada. Also, there is a link to contact us in the description. Since you can count only on yourself, make your inscription and hit the like and the bell icons to receive our videos. 3. Exercise. Quiz. NASA's Perseverance rover collects first Martian rock. What happened in Perseverance's first attempt to collect a rock sample? It collected a much smaller, thinner rock sample. It produced several small samples from one rock. It produced only dust that could not be collected. It collected a frozen sample that could not be stored. What will happen to the rock samples collected by Perseverance? Perseverance will further examine the rock samples on Mars. The best samples will be kept and the others destroyed on Mars. The rover will transport the samples to Earth when its mission ends. They will be stored on Mars until a future mission picks them up. How has Ingenuity been assisting Perseverance in its operations on Mars? By transporting rock samples to the sealed container, by collecting dust samples to be returned to Earth, by helping to identify areas for the rover to explore. All of the above. What did Ken Farley say can be learned? By studying the rock samples on Earth, they can help design new rovers to be sent to other planets. They can give a better understanding of the evolution of Mars. They can lead to new information about similar rocks on Earth. They can help identify dangerous materials in Mars' atmosphere. Correct answers. It produced only dust that could not be collected. They will be stored on Mars until a future mission picks them up. By helping to identify areas for the rover to explore, they can give a better understanding of the evolution of Mars. Tell us your questions and pretty soon, you will see what we have to say. Leave your comments about this video and we will know what you like and what we can do to better help you. Thank you for watching this video and be sure that we will be with you in this journey to turn your dreams into reality. Keep up there and write your story. I'll see you at the next one. Bye for now.